I'm Teresa Crabtree, worldwide leader of the Healthcare and Life Sciences Industry Center of Excellence at AWS. I'm here today with Damien de Chillaz, CEO, and Tom Zakrzewski, the Chief Product and Technology Officer of our partner, KatalX. Damien, Tom, thanks so much for being with me today. It's great to see you again. So today, we're going to talk about and see a demonstration of the most sophisticated KatalX workflow, which is gene therapy orchestration. Damien, what makes gene therapy orchestration so complex?
Well, Teresa, gene therapy is a very complex blend of manufacturing and distribution altogether. So among the complex life science logistics framework, this one is probably the Formula One of supply chain. And those who know that very well are the clinical research organization and the courier that are in charge of those very complex distributions. Now, what you see on the chart here is that a patient who's got cancer, who's being treated on those therapies, essentially gets to hospital, and it's a race against the clock. You have to really pick the sample, take it to the manufacturing site. It's a complex transportation. It has to be cryo transported, minus 190 degrees. Process is everything there. Chain of condition, chain of custody, chain of identity. So that's among the most complex workflow in supply chain.
Absolutely, Damien. So tell us what makes KatalX so unique.
Well, we designed KatalX for those kinds of very complex workflow. And actually, you have to bring together three things. You have to bring together in a single platform the visibility on product, how important it is to check temperature end-to-end, chain of condition, but also the process. Process matters in life science. You have to check on the process side, but also the collaboration between the stakeholders, essentially on the way you share information and documentation on a need-to-know basis, and remediate when things happen, and they do, unfortunately, but you have to react quickly. And on top of that, data is everything, but high quality data, high fidelity data that can take you to prescriptive analytics. So that's a holistic platform, essentially.
So Damien, let's get even more specific. Can you tell us what specific use cases the KatalX solution can deliver?
Well, actually, you can think about it as 7 core capabilities that would serve this complex use case and many others. The first one is process orchestration. And if anything, KatalX is an orchestration platform, something that helps you orchestrate complex processes. But then you have the famous track and trace. And there, in this case of gene therapy, you have to bring together the chain of custody, who has the custody of the product, the chain of condition, temperature respected at all times, the chain of identity, because you're looking at a patient identity that needs to be encrypted, confidentiality purposes. So you bring those together, and of course you need real-time alerting and notification of any deviation. And managing by exception is key. You focus on what's red, essentially, what's wrong. Intelligent command center is essential to monitor the key KPIs. Trusted data and document sharing. It's all about documents and certifications. And last but not least, you need a tamper-proof audit trail. If anything happens, you need to know what happened, right? For sure. So you need an audit trail. So that's all into an umbrella platform called KatalX.
So Damien, thank you for taking us through a comprehensive overview of KatalX. So Tom, can you tell us more about how you were able to fit so much functionality into a single application? And maybe tell us more about how you designed the tech stack with AWS.
Thank you for this question, Teresa. Yes, indeed, our first challenge was to grasp so many problem domains and convey the information to each domain representative in a very simple yet comprehensive way. We spent a number of weeks, if not the months, discussing and designing KatalX to be simple and use and understanding, scalable on board hundreds of customers, and managing thousands of shipments on a daily basis. We want to make sure that we would fit current standards, yet we would bring agility to shipping processes in real time, monitoring and activities that are being performed during the shipments. We make sure the design is simple, scalable, and standardized. And all the software runs on AWS, utilizing a great number of technologies and services. And we are very proud how we could utilize so many technologies developed and maintained by AWS.
This is really exciting, Tom. Can you show us the platform?
Our demo is based on a publication and proposed GSVN standards. And you have to just realize that this is hypothetical shipment that involves multiple parties. And it's based on a cart T that is manufactured by Kite, which is located in El Segundo, California. Kite is a subsidiary of Gillette and is managed by the courier market. So we look at GSVN standards and also the checklist, which is being developed by Novartis. And there are about 50 different requirements. And we were able to package those requirements as a task within the milestones. So that's what you're going to see in our demo. So let me move on to our application. Let's assume that this process is already orchestrated. So meaning that that shipment, we call this KatalX test 6, as you can see it is a test, right? Has about exactly 14 different milestones. Each milestone, as you can see it, if I expand each milestones, has a subtasks. So it has one of the tasks is verify PHI are tokenized. So this is speaking about how we protect the information, the PHI information. This is another task that is going to be executed by one of the employees at the collection sample site, which is verification of the serial number that is matching the essence on a sample. This one is actually active. So if I will be MSK Cancer Center employee, I would essentially just click on it and I will just verify it. I'm not going to do this because it's going to take a lot of time. But these are essentially the all workflow to-do list that are corresponding to any activities that is has to be performed in each of the milestones right here. Now, what's interesting about our platform is that you are able to edit those. So it's not only that you have a predetermined the shipment, but as it's being executed and you forgot something, you can always add it to it. How to do it is just to go to the edit mode, and we can edit each milestone and edit the task within a milestone. You can notice that a few of the milestones, like this one, PHI, are tokenized with the green light. That means it's completed. So I cannot make any edits to it, but I can obviously just make the edits to the different ones, like verify, serial number on a match, right? So there are different type of let me just go back into this. There are different type of tasks that you can execute. Let me look at another one. For example, the second one, let me collapse this one so we can see this one. This one already have the 4 tasks completed. I can also see those tasks in a to-do list. So if I will collapse the number 1, I see the 3 that needs to be still done. One is by the Pfizer Market Corporate. Okay, I think that before what I have done it, I orchestrated and I put the Pfizer. Pfizer is not in this workflow. So let's just do the little exercise here and modify this one. So if I do the edit on the step number 2, if I look at that, which one is this? This one, right? Let's edit this one. It should not be the Pfizer, it should be the market, right? Because we already mentioned that it should be a market. Let me just remove this one here. I will type it in market. Here we go, market. We're going to make the market with submit, and voila. So we have the information here, okay, that has been the upload S&P for market corporation. So we have the attribute access-based control, meaning that even within the shipment, I can make the changes, who's going to see what, and who is responsible for a particular task. So that will be enough about the tasks within a shipment. What's more important is what's happening with the shipment during the shipping process, right? So all these collaborations, all these KPI excursions, right? So each shipment may have the KPI excursion, which is the key performance indicator. Any excursion of the KPIs is listed right here. So if I go, let's say, to the list of excursions, and you notice me that I logged in as an admin, but if you logged in as the organizational unit representative, you're going to only see things that are, that you are allowed to see it. Let's go to one of these, okay? And this is essentially just a KPI excursion on the temperature. This is a situation where the shipment has been exposed to the higher temperature than it should be. The KPIs is set up between the 2 and 8 degrees Celsius. Okay, and as you can see it, we have this 2 and 8. 8 is upper, the 2 is lower. Obviously, we did not reach the critical, but we reached the warning, which is basically below that 3 degrees, but did not reach the critical. That's why you see this this mark. It's a warning. It has not been a critical. I remediated, as you can see it. Okay, I remediated with the node, simple node. This is okay. It has been done March 14 at the local time, 7:55 a.m. There are other issues, as you can see it, other issues with this device, which was the IoT device attached to that particular shipment. And that tells me that this device was 705. So if I look at a 55, 705, that would make a lot of sense, okay? Because that means that, you know what, that was up and down, and we have the entire log right here. We can basically just look at that, what's the geolocation for that event when that happens. So it just brings me essentially the map with the latitude and longitude. I can download the full log, okay, which I can eventually use to process within a Python or any other tool. I have basically the status, I have the temperature that has been recorded, latitude and longitude. So I can use the other tools actually to bring this data and analyze those. Now, there are all the things that you can obviously do right here. We can go to the analytics, okay, where you can just to see all the shipments and, regardless whether that's CNG, therapies, personalized therapies, or the different type of shipments, you can apply the filter and bring that up, whatever you want to bring it up. This is a very interesting, which is the on time. It shows it to me basically per visibility step, per milestone. Okay, so obviously this is the good situation because you have a median, which is 2 hours that has been planned and executed. Max is 3. The minimum is 0, which is fine. That means probably a pass through it. This is the situation you don't want to see it, right? Because your median is 4, while you have a 23 hours, 22 hours. That means you have significant delay in this particular milestone. What that indicates to me that the milestone number 2, and I can go back to the shipment and review what exactly have happened, but it's not just a single shipment, right? That's the bunch of other shipments. Now you can do a great analysis on it, okay? What really causing that problem? Is that any of the vendors, courier? Is that any of the airlines, like air freight? Or this is just a location, or maybe even within the particular time of the year when you have a lot of traffic, let's say in the airport, port, and etc. This one is in full, which not means that is lost or it's completely damaged. In full in a life sciences means that is the risk for the patient. And you basically have ability to integrate with the other system, which is the quality management system, such as the CAPA, NCR, and RCA management. You can also manage these things in KatalX. There are also notification center. Okay, as I'm the admin, I see everything that happens in the system. Right now, what happens is December 11th, which just happens right now. Okay, one of the flight has been canceled. Now, I see that first because I'm connecting directly to the satellites. to the information that are emitted to the satellite. So the second probably courier knows, then airlines knows, and etc. So that system actually gives you the edge, because then you can act upon, and that's what is really important in collaboration. Of course, it's a standalone platform, or it can be integrated as a software umbrella. You have ability as an administrator to add the user, add the locations, add the regions. So you have at a finger point and a fingertip, I should say it, every capability to run this platform, to set up the platform within rather a days, instead of a weeks or months, and etc. So I think that would conclude my demo. We could probably go on and on and on with the other services, but that's what I would like to just present for today.
Tom, that was fantastic. And while you were showing us the solution, I was trying to make some notes and capture the really big points about the solution. There's so much to it, honestly. But the things that jumped out to me, and I think will really resonate with our audience, first of all, you have adherence to standards. You have privacy protection, so important. You also have data analytics and visualization, it's so powerful. I love the focus on the KPIs, right? You also have real-time notifications and alerts, which makes the information actionable. I can actually do something. I can intervene and take action. All these things are so important in gene therapy orchestration. So I love what you've shown us. There's so much robust functionality, yet it looks like a simple to use solution. So thank you for taking us through that. And I'd love to end with some calls to action. So first of all, I'd love for users to go to the KatalX website. And you can also schedule a demo for yourself. You can reach out to Tom and Damien to learn more. We're providing the link for your use. And also follow KatalX on LinkedIn. I know Damien posts occasionally. They're always fascinating posts, sometimes when he's speaking throughout Europe. So please follow KatalX on LinkedIn. And also, KatalX solution is listed on the AWS Marketplace. We're also providing a link to the Marketplace for your use. So Damien, Tom, thank you so much for spending time with me today. It's great to see you both again.
Thank you, Teresa.
Thanks, Teresa.